Was that your stuff?
What? I don't know if I'm hungry or about to shit myself. G'day and welcome to episode 1 of Guns, Hoses and Stretchers.
Oh, fuck, I wrote staging area wrong. I'm joking. Are you going to ask questions straight up? So you're just going to say, welcome to episode 2, we're talking about this, and then bam, fire into
I'll shut the fuck up.
I didn't win Powerball, so I've got to fucking make other decisions now.
Okay, fair enough.
I tried to win. If I can get it. It's twice now. 3 times now I've tried to win this year and failed all 3 times. So
You'll get there.
I don't play enough. I only play when it's fucking... If it's 50 million and above, I fucking buy a ticket. If it's not, I don't fucking worry about it. Last time I fucking got close.
Did you?
Yeah. Even I said to Tash, I said, we didn't get it. I said, but fuck, we got close.
Why? How many numbers... What number?
So you know how you
many
like?
numbers
I
were you
think
off?
you've got to get like all of them,
Yeah.
and then plus the Powerball. I was 2 numbers off.
Bloody hell.
2 numbers off, and what was even worse is I had the numbers below.
Oh.
So one was like 28, I had fucking 27, and the other number was like fucking 16, and I had 14.
Was
or
that
15
numbers
or
you
something.
chose, or was it a quick pick?
No, I get a power hit fucking ticket.
Yeah.
So the power hit one guarantees you the Powerball.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to worry about that.
How does it guarantee you a Powerball?
So you don't, it's just so your last number or your Powerball number, it just has PB next to it. So no matter what number comes out, you automatically get given the Powerball number.
Oh, okay.
So then you just got to worry about the fucking numbers that come out prior to that. And so I had fucking like, was it like 5 numbers or something that come out? 5 or, yeah, whatever. I had like fucking, I had 3 of them plus the Powerball. And in the last 2, I had the fucking numbers directly below them. I was like, you motherfucker. And that lady who won in Brisbane during the week.
Yes, yeah.
So I went and got a power hit ticket for this one. They're fucking expensive power hit tickets because the power hit ticket in Australia, something like 35 people have won first division on power hit tickets.
Shit.
So it's like if you don't have your own numbers, the power hit ticket is the next best thing to get. And because of that, it's fucking expensive to buy.
Yeah.
So, well, not expensive, but like for 4 lines, like 4 attempts, it's $107.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fucking expensive. And I got that, and then I found out that this lady who won in Brisbane doesn't play fucking Powerball normally. That evening, went to like the little arcade fucking shop just north of Brisbane, and fuck it, I'll buy tickets, 100 million. Brought herself 4 lines of power hit, which is what I fucking had, and she fucking wins the whole thing by herself on a power hit ticket. And I said to Tash, see, this is why, even though it's $107, I said, this is why I always buy us a power hit ticket, because you got more chances of fucking winning on that than you do with a quick pick, or even with you. They even say that you got more chances of winning Powerball first division on a power hit ticket than you do having your own numbers.
Yeah, right.
They're like, you've actually got more of a chance with a power hit ticket. What shits me though is that they fucking know. That's what pisses me off. It's like, they fucking said it though, because she didn't come forward for like 24 hours. And they said an hour after the Powerball had been fucking done, they're like, we know that the winning ticket was brought in this fucking arcade at this time today by a person. So they knew. And it's like, well, you shouldn't fucking know that. You should know that ticket fucking printed those numbers. The numbers should just be fucking printed. And then if the people get them, it's fucking... But they're like, oh, no, fucking...
But it needs to be in the system.
I know it's in the system. But it just seems... I don't know. It just seems fucking dodgy.
You reckon?
Yeah, it just does. I don't know why, but it just seems dodgy that they know that.
It's legit when they do the number draw.
Yeah, it's legit when they do the number draw. And I get that their ticket fucking records what it spits out. I just find it weird that it fucking, like, we can do that, but we can't do electronic fucking elections. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just seems fucking weird that they can do...
Oh, well, we'll be doing postal vote in the...
Yeah.
The
council
one that's coming up.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, we're going with whatever we've been. We're going to start with the Tats Lotto part.
We are?
Yeah, we're recording now. We're already into it.
Where was the fucking start of the show?
It's already happened.
Where's my music?
No, fucking... we've never done music.
What the fuck?
But we'll go with that part.
Intro,
we'll go with Tats Lotto.
Tats Lotto, we fucking failed. We didn't win, and someone has to go back to work.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but so... Yeah, okay. So you're worried about that they know about everything.
I find it's weird. I feel it's weird.
Yeah.
I feel like they should know. Like if the ticket prints the numbers and then you take it there and scan it, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, they've worked out, yep, that's the numbers. But the fact that the ticket prints itself, I get it's got like a serial ID and all that stuff. So I understand why it happens and how it happens. But it just seems weird that they can go, oh, well, it was fucking, an hour later, well, we know it was a person who purchased their ticket this evening. It was a power hit ticket and they purchased it from fucking blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you shouldn't fucking know that. You shouldn't be able to know.
I think they need to know because if it was like anybody could fudge the numbers, then you'd be pissed off.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
So they need to have their...
I get that, but like they've got the barcode there that says
Yeah.
it's their fucking mission, like it's their ticket, all that sort of stuff. So you shouldn't be able to fudge the ticket. But I just feel it's weird that they know that straight away and that they can fucking...
But it's better they know that somebody's won it.
Oh, 100%.
Under their rules, because there's rules and guidelines.
Yeah, 100%.
And people are paying a fair bit for a ticket by the sounds of it.
Well,
If you're saying it's 100 and what?
It was $107 for the ticket I got. And you look at like some of the syndicates, I was looking at like, they got each like lotto fucking place, news agency where they sell the lotto tickets or whatever.
Yeah.
They got like all these syndicates that you can be a part of. And like one of the syndicates I saw was $280
To join.
to join the syndicate. Yeah. And there was
Holy
like,
shit.
there was 10 tickets available in that syndicate and they'd already sold like 9. So there was one ticket left. And I was like, oh, this one. I'm like, yeah, it's $280, lady. I don't fucking think so.
What's my chances of winning something back?
Well, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And then you're sharing it with 10 other people, which is fine. I'm not greedy, but I had my $100 million spent
Yeah.
already. So, well, not spent. I had some of it spent, but, it was fucking, yeah, it's a lot when and you think about how many people, those gambling ads are true. You lose more than what you win.
Yes,
I mean, I'm probably a bit like you. I'm not really a gambler. So I don't really, I'll get the,
I've put bets on in the past.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
Melbourne Cup and
Melbourne Cup,
things
yeah.
like this.
Couple of dollars. And then I've gone $5 each way in a grand final.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really, it defeats the purpose.
Kind of defeats the purpose, but yeah, doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's all right though. Like I'm the same. I don't really I don't bet on the AFL or anything like that. I bet on horse racing.
Yeah.
But again, I think like I bet every Melbourne Cup,
Yeah.
and it's generally just on the Melbourne Cup, and then occasionally if I for whatever reason like I went to Flemington a couple of weeks ago for a heap of my cousins, and we did like a what do you call it, like all of us were in like a bit of a syndicate. I guess you could almost call it like a syndicate. We all put in money and then we had like teams that we were in with. Everyone was there, so there's like we had like 4 teams and one team was doing the races from like one part of the country. We were all doing races from another part of the country, and the other guys were doing races from the other part of the country.
Yeah.
And then if we won, it all kind of went into the pool, and then we fucking got flogged. So we didn't win, but it was cheap. It was only like $20 or something to join into the group. So I didn't really feel like I was losing much.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not really big on the gambling stuff. But if I'm going to gamble, it's going to be on the horses because I at least like to be able to yell at someone.
But do you know anything about horse betting?
Yeah. Well, my family's into horse racing.
Yeah, okay.
I've got two cousins that train horses.
Yep.
So they've got a pretty large stud out Geelong way. So they're pretty they're pretty good at what they do. One of the cousins I was with at Flemington last week, he's now got two horses that he owns.
Yep.
I think it's my great uncle, Rollo Roylance, was a very famous horse race caller for Australia. So he was in that. I never met him.
Yep.
I don't know if anyone in our family ever did really meet him, to be honest. But he was from Melbourne, so he was pretty famous here. Always quite often when people hear my last name, like, oh, in relation to Rollo Roylance? I'm like, yeah, apparently I am, but I've never met the guy. Well, he passed away a long time ago now. But and then on my mum's side of the family, I think it is. I don't know if this is true. I've never really been able to work out if this is correct or not. But someone told me that on my mum's side of the family, we were related to the Payne family, which are pretty well known in horse.
Yeah.
So Michelle Payne, who won first female jockey to win the Melbourne Cup, them. So her and her brothers and whatever else. But I don't know if that's true. I've never actually found out if that was something that my grandfather was just telling me as a joke, because he was a bit of a larrikin and a bit of a joker.
Okay.
So I don't actually know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
But So horse racing, I enjoy. I generally know how, like I can read a form guide. I generally know, and I have to be honest without sounding like an idiot, but I'm actually pretty good at backing horses.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty good at.
Well, stop putting on your money on fucking Tats Lotto and Powerball and put it on horses.
I should, but probably should. But my thing is, I just don't. Not that I'm like have an addictive personality for that sort of stuff.
No.
But I just kind of look at it and go, like, if I put on money on something that I'm going to bet on, like a horse or whatever, like I even do this when I buy raffle tickets, yeah? Like I buy raffle tickets, and if I don't win anything, I'm like, that was a waste of my fucking money.
Yes, yeah.
And I get like, I don't know what other people think, but I get agitated that I actually then spent the money and I got nothing. And I know that it's you shouldn't always win. But in a way, I'm kind of glad about that because I then don't spend a lot of money on things like gambling. So I'm kind of glad I kind of have that, I guess, mentality. But I get frustrated if I don't win anything. And that's why, like, when I do go to the horse races, I normally don't ever take my bank card with me.
Yeah, only have cash.
Yeah, I'll be like, all right, I know it's going to cost me $10 or $20 to get in the gate, whatever, like we went to members last time, so we had to pay to get in. It was lucky that my cousin who owns the horses, he's got a connection to get in there, so we paid whatever it was to get into the members area for the day. And then I didn't take my card. I knew what it was going to cost to get involved in the syndicate with them, and I was like, well, I'll just take that money. Actually, I actually transferred it before I even went, so I didn't have any option to spend money whilst I was there. And I did that purely just because I don't want to end up spending money because then I'll be pissed at myself. And I'll feel guilty and fucking, so I just don't do it.
Have you gone to Crown and do the roulette tables and blackjack?
No. Watched plenty of times. Watched it plenty of times. I think I watched with you with that day we went when you called that waitress Toots. I don't know what we were there for, but you were like, thanks, Toots. And she just looked at you like she was going to belt your fucking head off your shoulders, which was kind of funny. Do you remember that?
Been a bit drunk then. I don't know.
No, you weren't drunk yet. No, you weren't drunk yet. I don't even know why we were there, but my old man was with us. There's a couple of other people. I don't know why we were there. It was a long time ago, though. But you and I, we went and watched the roulette table for a little bit, and we watched the poker game as well. And I was like, if I was gonna go to Crown, I would. If I'm going to play anything or be a part of anything, it's probably going to be poker.
Yeah, okay.
And I say that because I've got no fucking idea how to play poker.
It's 21.
So,
it's
well, I know it's 21. I know it's easy. But when you watch it at Crown, it's like, what the fuck is going on here? So, yeah, like if I'm going to do anything, I'm probably going to play poker over anything else. Again, like to me, like roulette and stuff is just too much of a gamble, literally. And I'm not big on the pokies. Like I'm not saying I haven't played the pokies, but I reckon in my life, from the age of 18, I'm like 39 now. Jesus Christ, nearly half my life already. Like it's ridiculous, right? Scary when I say that now.
Yeah, well, if you look at it, what is it, 80 something?
I look 21. You're right. I do.
No, 80 something's the the age. What is it? I don't know. Oh fuck!
You're telling a story.
80 something is something. Is the age that everyone roughly gets to. So, yeah, when you're in your nearly 40,
I'm
nearly
halfway through. Yeah, it's scary. Very scary, actually, when you think about it like that. But I can't remember what we were talking about while we even got to that. Oh, yeah, in that whole time, since I've been 18, I think I've played the pokies maybe 4 times.
I know your old man's big on
he
the
loves his
pokies.
pokies.
I remember we went up to Tokemore.
Yeah.
And then
he loves it.
All that Baruga
Sports Club. Yeah.
That was crazy seeing all these old people rushing to the pokey.
Do you know what's really funny, right? You mentioned Toke and Barugas. Obviously, we used to he had the van up there. Yeah. And so he'd go to Baruga a fair bit to the Sporty Club. My first time playing the pokies was at Baruga.
Okay.
So not long after I turned 18, he was heading up there for a weekend. And so I went up as well. And I just went up there with them. Like no one else came up with me. And I went up by myself with them, and I went and played the pokies, and I fucking won.
Yeah, big dollars. Or?
Yeah. So my whole man was like explaining to me how to do the machine. I'm like, yeah, this seems fucking stupid. Just press the button. But I hadn't worked out like the 5-cent machine, the 10-cent machine, fucking all this bullshit. So I'm sitting there fucking pressing the buttons or whatever, and I had this old lady sitting right next to me, and she was like seasoned veteran, clearly. She had all these badges on, and I'm pretty sure they were fucking like her years of service to the pokey world because like fucking not really sure what the badge was about.
Yeah.
But she was sitting there, and I've just got like got like $10, and I think it might have been like there's either a dollar machine. I think it was a dollar machine, but I didn't realize that because I'm not fucking used to it, right?
Yeah.
So I've put the $10 in, and I've hit the button, and everything's spun, and nothing. Hit the button again. And it starts making all its noise. Fucking lights going off. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And the lady, I said, you know what's happening? And she goes, oh, yeah, you just won like, 10 or 15 free spins. I'm like, oh, cool. Well, what does that mean? And she's like, it'll just now do it 15 times for you. And whatever you win throughout the process. I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, oh, you haven't played before, dear? I'm like, no, I really don't play the pokies. And my old man, he's on the other side of the like pokey place, which in Barriga is obviously not very big, but he's on the other side over there. And so I think it was my 12th free spin, and the machine went bonkers. Went nuts. And it's all flashing and shit, rah, rah, rah. And the lady's like, oh, congratulations, you got the mini jackpot, rah, rah. I'm like, oh, that's great, what's that? I'm just looking at them, because, fucking coins are just going stupid and stuff. And then this guy, like, appears out of nowhere with his little card thing. He's like, congratulations, mate, you've won the mini jackpot. I'm like, oh, cool, what's that? Like, $20-30? He goes, no, it's $1,100, mate. I nearly fell off the fucking chair. I'm like, what? $1,100? I only put $10 in this machine. So I've gone straight over to, like, once that all settled down, I went over to my old man. He goes, oh, did you hear somebody went over there? I said, yeah, it was me. I won $1,100. So he couldn't believe it either. And then I was like, he's like, oh, you going to keep playing? I'm like, nope, I'm done. Like, no way. I'm not fucking this.
How much money did you put in the machine?
I put $10 in, and I was $3 in.
Holy shit.
When it went off. So, and then, so I won, like, it was like $1,100, I'm pretty sure. And then I sat there for the rest of the day then. I went into, like, one of the bars and had a couple of drinks. And, I mean, there was, like, a band playing. It was in the middle of the day, so it was just, like, some not really well-known band, I don't think. But I sat there and watched them, and he kept playing pokies for, like, hours. And I'm like, I'm bored, I want to go home. I think I actually ended up getting a taxi back to the caravan because he was just too busy playing. I'm like, I want to go. Like, I don't have no interest in this. It's like, remember they used to do the pokey weekends?
Yeah,
did you ever come on one?
Never been on one, but I've heard about it.
We went to two.
Yeah.
I went to two in that time that he organised. And it makes it sound like my dad's a fucking gambler. Yeah. Like, really bad. But he's actually not. He just, But there was obviously those pokey weekends where, like, you pay like $75 and you go away for the whole weekend, bus, food, accommodation. I think on the 2 weekends that I went away, I think it's only one time I ever played the pokies was Hoynie was with me. He used to love his pokies. Remember that? Used to love going to Hogan's and stuff and playing the pokies.
Yeah.
And I went with, he goes, come on, let's have a bet. I'm like, I don't want to bet. Like, I don't want to do it. I'm just not interested. I'd rather just play pool and drink and go. If there's a, like, me, if there's a dance floor, I'm going to be on the dance floor making an idiot of myself. That's where I'm going to be. So we went into the pokies, and I think, like, he put like $20 in, and he won like $500 or something like that. And I'm like, sick. Jesus. So I put, like, I was in the machine next to him. I put like $20 in, and my $20 disappeared within seconds. And I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I had no interest. I loved the pokey weekend because of all the people that went, and we had a lot of fun drinking and dancing and just, just doing stupid shit, really, just having a heap of fun, up in New South, like, that sort of Riverina area of New South Wales is where we always went to. But I had no interest in playing the pokies, but yet half of our group would be in the pokies, like, they were just there constantly. Yeah. And the thing is, the bus companies used to get, a bit of a rap over the knuckles from the pokey venues because...
Why was that?
Well, because they would, like, discount the accommodations and the meals and stuff to have these pokey groups come in. That's why they call them pokey tours. But if you didn't go in and spend money on the pokies, these venues were like, well, why are they here? Like, they're not, So, they get a bit shitty with the bus company about not,
everyone should be playing.
Everyone should be in there playing fucking pokies. And I was like, we just want to play pool and, have fun. And, Gazman came once and we were just drinking and playing pool and just doing other shit. Like, we weren't really... I think the last one I went on was me, Hoynie, Pat, Gary, Kev Mizzy was in that one as well, and then just a heap of other guys from the station and whatever else. But it was just, we didn't really, there was that last one the last one I went on with all those guys, I reckon it was like 50-50. 50% were in the pokies, the other 50% we were off drinking and having fun and, doing other shit, playing pool and whatever else. So, but, I just don't really get into it.
No, probably when was it? Probably 4 months ago now. We were working down Rosebud Way.
Yep.
And so we stayed overnight down there, and me and the young bloke that used to work with us, both me and him went to the pub. So started with dinner and a few drinks, and he goes, "Come on, let's go for a slap." And I'm like, nah, I'm all right.
What kind of slap?
And then all of a sudden,
you're in there.
I started with $50. So I've put that in, and then lost the 50.
Yeah.
Put in another 50.
Oh, so I couldn't do that.
And then I was playing the big, and that was why I went through it. So I went through $150 because I was playing the big bets.
Oh.
And because I'd win a little bit, and then it gave you the option to bet. So I was betting on the card that was going to flip, whether it was red or black, and was doing pretty well at one stage. I think I got to 5 correct answers, and I go, "Come on, I think I can do another one." And then went through. It was the wrong colour.
Oh, lost it all.
Yeah.
So I just can't. There's no way I could put 150. I don't think I've ever bet that much in my life.
Oh, that's what alcohol can do to you.
Yeah, fuck. And this is the problem, man. This is what they bank on you doing, right?
Yes, yeah.
This is like, you go to Las Vegas. I've never been. Plenty of people I know have been, and there'd be a lot of people who probably listen to this who have been themselves or know
but you
these
have
things.
been to a pokey or a gambling place in America, though. You've told me about your Hawaii experience. You walked in there and they were giving you constant drinks.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Yeah. So in America, it's big over there. Like when you walk in, like we didn't really do anything. Like we just went in to have a quick look. But yeah, if you go to especially Las Vegas, they're renowned for it. If you walk in, if you're sitting at a machine or at a table, they just keep bringing the drinks to you. You know, and it's a part of it. Everyone goes, "Oh no, it's just good hospitality." No, it's fucking not.
No, it's just
it's fucking. It's psychological. It's a mind game. If we get you drunk, you'll keep forking the money over.
Yeah.
And
you
do.
Stupid decisions.
And you'll make stupid decisions. And you'll just keep fucking forking it over because we'll just keep plying you with alcohol. Like over here, you wouldn't be allowed to do that. It'd be illegal. No. But over there, it's, it's a free-for-all. Yeah. So I'm kind of glad I don't really have that, And like I'd love to go to the races. I would definitely go to the races a lot more every year if I could. I admit, I love dressing up. Getting a suit on, getting a tie on, looking sharp, and going with people, with your mates and whatever, or your partner and whatever else. We haven't really done it, but I love that sort of stuff. I used to do it when I was younger, a lot younger. Used to go to the races all the time, but again, I never really bet. I just like the atmosphere. I like being there. I love watching the horse races. I love yelling at the horse and the jockey. If I win, fantastic. If I don't, I'm not overly concerned because I set myself a limit every time. I used to drink when I'd go. Obviously, I don't drink anymore. Stopped drinking at the start of this year, so I don't drink anymore. But that hasn't changed. Like when I went a couple of weeks ago, I wasn't drinking, and I had a ball, had a blast. Just the company of people, everyone there, everyone's dressed up, everyone's out enjoying themselves. The horse race itself, like I just love all that side of it. I love the atmosphere compared to like the betting. To me, is just like if people do it, you do it. Good for you. You enjoy it.
Yeah.
I just don't, I enjoy it, but I won't put myself in a position where I'm like the next day going, fucking hell. Like you, if I lost $150 in a pokie machine.
That'd hurt you?
Oh my God. Yeah, I'd still be now.
Dreading it.
Oh, 100%.
Over it,
I wouldn't be able to get over it. I can't. It's weird. People don't understand that, but it really affects me. So I'll just not interested. I'll just do a little bit and that's it.
Roulette, I did all right at doing that same thing, black and red.
Yep.
I just play black and red. I don't play anything else.
No numbers.
Not wise like everyone else who knows the numbers and
this is the
how
thing,
they got the patterns that they throw out all their chips across the thing. I don't understand that. I know red and black. I'm happy to play that.
Yeah, that's it. Just fucking $10 on red. Thanks, champ. Yeah. That's all I'm doing. You're going to win $15 if we win. That's fine. I'm happy with my extra $5. Thank you very much. Cool. Bang. I won. Yeah. Excellent. Like I just couldn't. Yeah, I can't. When you sit there, like you hear some of the horror stories about like Crown Casino, and I learnt lots of horror stories for Crown. I never worked there, but I had jobs in the past where we had to go there for different reasons. Okay. So for different things that I was doing in my life. So I went there a couple of times. as a plainclothes armed officer,
Okay.
because we had people who were in there who were betting, who we were technically looking after. So, and a couple of other reasons why I've been there in the past from work situations. And, you know, there's like, you know, you've got people, and I'm not going to say what nationality they're from, because there's a certain nationality that do this, and there were people who will know this, but there's a certain nationality where they will sit at the poker tables for 12 hours and they'll have like a piss bottle attached inside their pants so they don't have to leave the table, and they'll just piss and sit there.
Shit.
And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, and what's wrong with the fact that this is allowed to happen and that it's known that it's allowed to happen?
Yeah.
You know? And there's horror stories about people, you know, there's the so-called or the belief of all the hidden walls inside Crown Casino and the tunnels, and there's a morgue underneath there, you know, because they have people killing themselves all the time in there from losing, you know, like it's just, I look at that and just go, I don't want to even get myself anywhere near a position where that could be me. It's the same with drugs, right?
Yeah.
Never touched, that's a lie. I smoked a joint once when I was very young, right?
Oh, no.
And I stopped because I came home. Oh, man, fucking here's this. I'm going to get shot. But I was very young, and I smoked a joint with some mates of mine, and I came home, and I thought the fridge was falling on me. I opened up the fridge to get, because I was like thirsty and hungry, and I opened up the fridge door, and the fridge, we had it back then, we had this fridge, it used to get like, it was really hard to like open up, and so I've yanked on it, and the fridge like moved a bit, and I dropped to the ground. I'm like, oh my God, the fridge is falling! I'm like screaming because I thought the fridge was falling on me.
Oh, shit.
So, and he was looking at me like, you're an idiot. What is wrong with you? I'm like, nothing. And then I like got up and I went to my room, and then my sister come in like 5 minutes later. She's like, you're stoned. You're high. I'm like, no, I'm not. She's like, you are. So I said, don't fucking tell Dad. She's like, I think he knows. You thought the fridge was falling on you, you idiot. So that was my first and last time I ever touched drugs.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like I just didn't, after that one experience, I was like, no, I'm done.
Yep.
And that was enough for me to never do it again. Had plenty of offers and opportunities since then to take drugs. And I don't really associate myself with people who do that sort of stuff either, because it's not that I want to, that I'm scared that I might go do it. It's just like I don't get the purpose of it, so I just don't want to be around it. Like I don't get your purpose of taking it, so don't be around it.
No, I must say, when I was 18,
You smoked a bong?
No, I've never done drugs.
Damn it.
I've never done hard drugs.
You're lying.
Or anything illicit as far as I'm aware. But all I wanted to do was go to bingo. So I ended up at Faulkner Bingo for my birthday.
Yeah.
And,
Bingo's fun though. Like I know you're gambling, but bingo's kind of fun.
It was.
Fuck, they get angry though, don't they?
Oh, if you get the wrong number. Oh, if you call out bingo too early.
Yeah.
And you don't have it.
Yeah,
you fuck everyone's day.
I'm going to say the older people. I'm going to say older. The elderly people who play that game. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They can be vicious.
Yes, I've seen some of the TikToks. They're just angry.
I've always wanted to go to the Faulkner or the Epping. Epping, it's pretty big in Epping there.
Yes,
Epping bingo joint's massive.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go and play like Faulkner or Epping
very
just to see what it's like. But yeah, I've heard it's really quick.
Yeah,
and you got to try and keep up.
The number caller, you got to try and keep up, and if you don't, you get left behind very quickly.
But see,
if you've got, so this is the problem. If you go in for extra books, you've got to try and remember the numbers that are getting called out. As well.
I couldn't do that.
So
that'd stress me out too much. I just have to have one.
Yeah, I only did one
book or whatever it is.
One book,
yeah,
where there was so many people having extra books.
But see, that I would rather do that. Like if I'm going to gamble money, I'd rather do that than other stuff, because at least I'm kind of participating in it.
It's an activity.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm kind of like
colouring book.
Yeah, I'm like exactly
colour by numbers.
Get to sit there with my little. So like I can just sit there and at least I'm doing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not. It's like when we do the trivia nights, and there's always like that $2 Scotch.
Yeah, throwing the coin at the bottle.
I'm happy to do that because like if I know that I'm going to an event and they're doing that, I'll get like $10 worth of I'll get like 5 $2 coins, whatever they're saying you can use. If it's dollars or $2, I'll get like $10 worth.
Yeah.
And that's my limit. I just go, yep, I'm just going to get that, and I'll do that because at least I kind of feel like if I don't get the bottle, that's on me.
Yeah.
That's because I'm an idiot and I can't fucking get the coin there, right? So I kind of feel like that's my own responsibility. And then if I win it, yay, the bottle of Scotch goes on my shelf and I can use it down the track. But yeah, that sort of stuff I don't mind because you kind of engage and involved in it. But when it's just like, lotto. I only do it when it's big.
Worth it.
Yeah. And then the reality is it's going to be, I'd imagine, to be very unlikely that you buy a ticket and you win just off a whim sort of thing. Like, I just don't, I can't imagine that would happen to too many people. No. Sure, there is people it has happened to, like that one chance luck thing, but I wouldn't imagine it happens that often to people.
There's a bloke that they were recreating the story. So it was probably 90-something, and they were recreating the video, him winning a scratchy. So he won, like, I don't know what the total, but he won the grand prize on the scratchy, and then they recreated it, and he won it again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He was Australian.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah, it was 90-something.
I think I've seen that before, actually, that video.
Because he got, overwhelmed that, he won second
twice.
time.
Yeah. I think I remember seeing that because wasn't the news?
Yeah, the
news were following or something. They wanted to do
and they wanted to recreate the scenario.
And he actually because he nearly like passes out. He goes like dead white. And he's like, oh my god, I've won again. And they're like, what? And he's like, I've won like $100,000 or something. And they're freaking out, which is pretty lucky.
Oh shit,
like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. The scratchies, same thing. Like, I don't mind scratchies too much because it's like what, $2.
Yeah,
every now and then you get it and you scratch away and. If you win, you win.
Yeah.
But,
I've only ever won one grand prize in a colouring competition. It was back,
we went from gambling to colouring competitions.
Rugrats in Paris, I think it was, when that movie came out.
Yeah. That's a long time ago.
Either that or the first Rugrats movie. Where was we? We were living in Broadmeadows at the time, and Hoyts was running a colouring competition. And the first prize was a Rugrats.
Look at you go.
Thing. What was it?
He still got it.
Prize pack.
Prize pack, yeah.
And
you still have it, don't you?
Apparently, I was the only one that entered.
So you didn't actually win. You won by default.
I think so.
You're like, what's his name in the fucking skating all those years ago?
It was in the local leader paper.
Wow.
So the Hoyts obviously took out the ad.
Yeah.
And they were running the colouring competition. And I just did it and put it in and found out when we went to go collect the prize, I was the only one that entered the thing apparently.
That's literally like a Stephen Bradbury moment.
Yeah. Could you imagine if you did that for like Tap Lotto ran like that?
That'd be great.
You were the only person.
You've won $100 million. So what? How come? Because nobody entered.
And your numbers are the only one who are in the system.
You're the only person who got it.
Because we know how to control everything.
That's
we
right.
Picked your numbers.
See, we picked your numbers because we knew you were it. So we might as well give it to you.
So there you go. You got to try and convince people not to gamble.
Yeah,
you'll win.
And then you can win every single time. Nah, not happening. Bit busy that day. That's a bit crazy. Should we talk about other stuff?
No, I think that's it. We're going to gambling.
We're going back to the old days. We've gone down to gambling. We went completely away. We had a whole run sheet and we didn't even do the run sheet.
But this is the topic.
I like it. Yep. I'm in for it. That's fine.
There we go.
I'm happy.
See, that's how it works, off the top of the head.
Well, yeah.
Don't need a running sheet.
Probably not what people wanted to listen to. Should we quickly talk about RFK though, because that's kind of gambling at this point.
If you want to.
Well, you said you wanted to, and I feel like we should because it's topical right now.
Yeah.
And we've spoken about this stuff in the past.
Hang on.
Oh, he's going to... Hang on a minute. What did you put the music in earlier?
Oh, we've changed subject.
I need this because it's important. The music tells me where I'm at in this show now, so I need it.
Yeah.
It's like my routine and my schedule. I feel like a trained monkey at this point. It's like when the music comes on, we can now do this. Moving on to segment number 2. Play the music. Go, cue, and action. It's perfect. Oh, he's going to do it again.
I just had to make sure if you needed the full.
I do
sting.
I do like our segment changing music. It just gets me pumped up, ready to rock and roll. Yeah. So RFK.
I know.
Big changes.
I saw him doing a speech in front of Trump's mob. That was very interesting.
Yeah, I feel like, don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have seen him continue his presidential campaign.
As an independent.
I would have loved to have seen him win as an independent to kind of show the rest of the world that you don't have to follow the bullshit process that we kept getting told is the only way that we can do things. But I also completely understand why he has, I'm not going to say jump ship because I don't think he's jumped ship at all, but he's just gone, you know what? They're making it difficult. They're making it hard. I love when he spoke about the fact that, his staff, his campaign team were working massive hours every day in a battle that they're probably not going to be able to get past because they're making it very difficult for him to be an independent, presidential campaign, nominee. And the fact that he's, and again, it shows you the caliber of this bloke, yeah? Don't want my staff working long hours if we really can't achieve anything. It's not fair to them and their families. And at the other hand, he's going, I've got donors who are supporting my campaign because you need them when you're running. I've got donors. Why should I keep making them tip money in to support me when at the end of the day, we're not going to get there? Like, they're not going to let us get there. So I think that shows you the caliber of this bloke and how important he really is to Americans if they pay attention. So he's then got that next option of he could have just dropped out altogether, and he's gone, nope, next best thing is align myself with the person who I am most aligned with, if that's what I can say. And obviously he's always been very fierce towards Trump and towards Biden. Yes. And didn't really see him say much about Kamala Harris because that was fairly kind of new, I guess, all these developments. But he's been pretty fierce against both of them. But he's also plenty of times where he thinks Trump was correct and doing the right things or saying the right things, he was also supportive. Yes. This is the kind of politicians we need. A guy who can go, or a woman, doesn't matter, bloke, woman, whatever, I don't care. But as a politician, it's not about you. It's meant to be about the people who you are choosing to serve, which is your constituents and the population in general. Yes. And he's gone, I can't get there. They're not going to let me get there. Biden's administration and whoever else can, pull strings in the background is not going to let him get there. I'm not going to say that Trump's people aren't also behind that stuff as well. I'm sure they probably are to a certain degree. But he's gone, well, the person I align with the most is Donald Trump. So I'm going to drop out and then I'm going to join his campaign. And
they don't agree on everything.
100% they don't. Yeah. And again, he said that. And they both agreed to that. They're both like, he's come out and said, I don't agree with all these things. But these things I do agree with. And compared to the other team, I'm more aligned over here.
And I find it very interesting how they're going down. They don't want to use the word climate change, but because RFK is very big on that environmental side of stuff, it sounds like the Republicans are going down that path without calling it climate change.
Yeah.
But they're wanting to obviously improve the environment that people are growing up in. I think with chemicals in the food over there.
Correct. It's here too. It's chemicals in our food as well. 100% it is. It's here.
Pesticides and stuff like that. Like, wow. Is it really happening here? Because did you hear about the court case a while back with Roundup?
Fucking bullshit.
But anyway, that's off topic.
It's not really. It's on topic / off topic. But it's the same chemicals. Here. It's not just America. It's happening all over the world. There are pesticides and chemicals in every food we take now because they're doing it to control the human race. And anyone who says they're not doing it to control the human race, you're a fucking idiot.
But would you say because our life expectancy, that was the number, 80 is the life expectancy. But because our life expectancy is a lot longer now, so is it really that bad that what they're putting in the food?
I think it is because if you go back and have a look at it, they've only been talking about life expectancy over the last 10 years, right? And what's happened in the last 10 years? We've had a massive change in the way that us as humans consume information, consume food, and the way that we operate. And in the last 10 years, there's been a big shift by humans, all right, especially the younger generations, and when I say young generations, I'm talking my generation, your generation. It's kind of our generation that has started this stuff where we're going, smoking's not that cool. Drinking alcohol is not that cool. Drinking, eating all these foods is not that cool. Talking about mental health is cool. It is, good to talk about mental health. It is good to be working out every day and getting your body in shape, and we want to pass that on. So it's these generations that are, I think, now forcing a lot of this change because they're going, you know what? We don't believe in this bullshit that you fed us for years, so now we're going that way. And I think that's why life expectancy is going up because people are now looking at supplements and going, well, we can't get You know, the things that we used to be able to get, or that where our body needs, because we know more about the body now. We need these supplements. I'm okay to take supplements and to organic supplements or whatever it can be. So I think our life expectancy is occurring because we're actually learning more, and we're starting to change that direction. But one of those big things is going to be getting people away from the shit foods that we've got, processed foods and chemical treated foods. And this is where RFK and Trump are very aligned with one another. They're both sitting there going, you should not be putting fucking chemicals in our food. Why are you doing that? So, you know, they're connected in that space. And within that space, they were also both connected saying, well, our children in America, there is too much disease amongst our young children. Why?
Autoimmune.
Because of the food.
Yeah.
So
they mentioned autoimmune disease, autism.
Yeah, autism's massive.
Was there another thing? But yeah, they're wanting to find out exactly why it's causing so many issues with young people nowadays.
Yeah. And, you know, I can tell from my own experience, and we won't go into depth with this right now. Maybe we might do another topic on this if you want to in the future, in the not-too-distant future. But some of my family and friends are aware that I got a late diagnosis of ADHD this year.
Okay.
And through that, and through working with psychologists and psychiatrists and doctors and whatever else, I've now learnt what ADHD actually is, and not what we think it is probably the best way to put it. I've learnt some incredible stuff in that journey along the way. And a lot of it goes back to, like, as in how severe your symptoms can be, a lot of it goes back to your food that you eat.
Okay.
You know, your nutrition and the food and the supplements that you take are a huge game changer. And if you can, you can't get rid of it. ADHD and autism, you can't get rid of them because they're genetic. You're born with them, right? Right. They're a genetic process. You can take medication, which the doctors are very happy to give you the fucking medication. Those medications are methamphetamines. That's what they give you, right? Those things are dangerous. Doesn't matter what anyone says, they're dangerous. Long term, they have side effects that are quite significant for people, right? So we've got to look at more natural ways of helping people with ADHD and autism. And one of the biggest things they discovered was the food, the processed foods, the chemicals in the foods. It's affecting kids with autism. It's affecting kids with ADHD. It's affecting lots of people with lots of other, you know, things going on, you know, in their world as well. So the fact that these two are coming together and going, we need to stop that shit. We need to change the way that we are, you know, producing food and giving it to children and whatever else. It's a great thing, you know. And I think, yeah, they've got some issues that they really don't agree on. But some of their big fundamental issues, which are really important, not just for America, but they're important for the world to pay attention to and for the world to listen to, they're aligned on. So I think it's going to be a great thing. I just hope, and I don't know what the makeup looks like yet. I haven't. There's been so much. Internet's been so flooded with how this is going to look with Trump and RFK coming together. Obviously, he's not running as vice president because Vance is still the vice president, or, you know, will be the vice president, possibly, hopefully, fingers crossed. There'll be a whole lot of people who just switch off and go, fuck that, don't care. But how he fits into that, I hope that if Trump does get in, like, I don't know if he's now going to be running in a particular seat or whatever, or if he gets in, I'm hoping that RFK's made a part of his administration in some really influential, good position. And then hopefully we can see RFK and the work that he wants to do progressing.
Well, by the looks of it, it'd probably be environmental
Yeah,
stuff.
and look, and talking about the climate change and stuff you were talking about before, you know, if you listen to Trump and you listen to RFK, they don't like to say climate change, because I don't think they both believe in climate change. But they're both, and you and I have had this conversation before. This is my stance on this as well, and always has been. I don't believe in climate change. I think it's bullshit. I think they're making crap up to try and feed some fucking agenda and some story that they want to feed to us. So I don't believe in it. However, I'm a massive, strong advocate for protecting the environment. Like, I don't want people cutting down trees in the state forest if they don't need to. I know we have to log. We've got to log. It produces things that we need in our lives, and there's a lot of jobs attached to that. And I'm not saying that the jobs win over the environment, but there's a balance there that we've got to have. And the logging that's normally done, if we look at Victoria in particular, the logging that's normally done here is generally pretty good. It's pretty safe. It's very environmentally protected and supported, and we do a pretty good job. What they're doing down in Tasmania with the national parks and shit is a fucking disgrace. Like, they shouldn't be allowed to do that shit. And you would have seen the footage from South Australia. I think we spoke about this once before, that footage a few weeks back from South Australia where there's like koalas scampering up, trees, trying to get away from the logging vehicles, and they know they clearly know the koala's climbing the tree, and they're trying to cut the tree down at the exact same time.
Yeah, right.
And they're actually celebrating that these koalas are going flying and all this sort of shit out of the trees. That stuff's disgusting. Like that should not be what, that's just as bad as ray gun at the fucking Olympics. Like, people shouldn't be thinking that that's what Australia is, because that's not who we are.
Yeah.
So I'm a big advocate for protecting the environment. I'm a big advocate for people planting trees. I think we should all go back to growing our own foods in our backyards like we used to years ago, and getting back to that communal process where, you might have heaps of leftover broccoli, and maybe my broccoli didn't do so well this year, but I got lots more tomatoes than you. As neighbours, let's, can I have some broccoli and here's some tomatoes? Like, if we could get back, I know it sounds stupid, if we could get back to that process, things are going to be better for everybody. They really will be.
Yeah.
So I'm big on protecting the environment, but I'm not a full-blown environmental crazy who thinks that the climate change and that the whole world's going to end in a couple of years' time, and it's just bullshit. Look at the statistics; it's not correct. So I hope they'll come together on that issue and a whole heap of other issues. And if RFK takes up, if he's in Trump's administration, hopefully, and he's the environmental guy, I think that'd be a very good thing for all of us. I think that'd be a great thing. He's well respected. He's loved by so many people. He's lived an incredible life. He's made lots of mistakes, but he owns those mistakes. He talks about being a heroin addict. He was a heroin addict since like a week after his dad died at the age of 14. He became a heroin addict.
Right.
And he was like that until he's in like his 28 or something like that. But he owns it. He doesn't hide from that. He owns it. Okay. He's not doing it anymore, and he's been upfront about it. Let's move on. Let's not worry about that shit. But it also shows that he's been there and he's done that. And he's been through the hard times, so he understands what that looks like for people. Mm-hmm. So, what great person to be up there telling us how to maybe solve some of those problems as well. So I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. I hope they smash the shit out of the Democrats. I'm even contemplating something you and I need to talk about off air, but I'm contemplating if we need to do like a live, may go for hours, but a live show when the election's going on to see where this ends up. I think it's going to be over pretty quick. I honestly believe their election will be over very quick.
Yeah.
I think Trump will be the president again, very quick on that day. And then I think the world will pivot and change significantly within weeks.
Okay.
If not months, but within weeks of him being the president-elect again. Because I think they elect in November and they take over in Feb, I think
January, apparently.
January, is it?
Yeah.
So 2 months. I think that 2 months has the potential to be quite significant one way or the other.
Okay.
If he gets in, it's either things are going to settle down and things will the economy and things will probably start to grow again very quickly, I believe, after that, because people will have confidence again. Or, depending on what the Democrats do, we could go into full-blown fucking World War III, because they may
the Americans go into war with themselves?
With everybody else, because I think the Democrats will try and they'll try and light the fuse before he becomes the president.
They'll start a war.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my belief. I could be fucking wrong. Could be totally wrong. If any Americans see this, they're probably like, oh, he's a psycho. He thinks he's got no idea. He's one of Trump's people. But my belief is it will go one or two ways. If he gets in, the economy will start to pick up straight away and things will start to change around the world, because people will be like, yes, we finally got someone back in who's going to look after people, and I don't care what people think. They're politicians, yeah? They've all got their own agenda. Trump's got his own agenda for why he wants to be there. Regardless, he's got an agenda. But he was better than the others, right? So, in my opinion, he was better than the others. When he was in, we had no war. Nobody wanted to go to war. He patched things up. He probably patched things up because it was probably a good business thing for him.
Probably.
You know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't care if he makes money out of it being... At least he's stopping people going to war and he's stopping the world from being unstable. I'm okay with that because he's open about that. He's always been open about his business. People go, oh, no, he hasn't. Yes, he has. He's always been open about it. So, I think the Democrats will they'll either just back down and do what they've got to do for the next 2 months, and the economy will start to pick up and the world will get confidence and things will start to change very quickly, or the Democrats will go, let's light that fuse and fuck this up as quick as we can to throw him into a world of shit when he comes in, and to make it hard for him to be able to do the things that he wants to do, because he'll be too busy trying to battle all the other shit that they've created in that 2-month period. I could be very wrong, but I think it's going to go one of those two ways, I believe.
Okay.
So, live show for the election? Live show for the election?
We'll figure out.
I don't even know when it is. I think it's November 15 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be afternoon our time, so we'll probably all be at work.
Yeah, true. That is true. I'm pumped.
Because I remember when he got announced in the last election.
Yeah.
Well, I can remember Trump and Hillary's one. We were notified by 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I think you and I sent each other text messages when that happened.
I don't know.
You that sent it to me? I think it was you that sent it to me.
Oh, I can't remember.
I know you sent me his ear fucking shooting thing.
Yeah, I did send that back. That's only a few months ago.
I was sitting at Sovereign Hill having breakfast.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What were you doing at Sovereign Hill?
I was at Sovereign Hill for the weekend, and then I was having my breakfast, and next minute I'm seeing photos coming through from you of Donald Trump getting shot. I'm like, that's not how I expected to start my morning. Okay, we're off to a flying start, I guess.
Happy Sunday.
So happy Sunday. Who do you want to win?
I don't care.
You don't care?
No. Because it doesn't matter who's in charge.
Oh, yeah.
There's all the same shit.
They're all fucked.
So I don't worry about it. Yeah. Just for shits and giggles, Trump would be fun.
Yep.
Just I don't know. I like that possible that the world can collapse.
Yeah,
because of that. It's just I like the underdog.
Well, I like the underdog.
No, not the underdog. What is it? The possibility of danger and disaster.
See, I like the underdog. I thought,
even though when he was president for 4 years, fuck all happened.
Yeah,
which is just him talking his opinions was controversial. Like,
yeah, but who cares?
Yeah.
It's like Peter Dutton right now is in a world of trouble because of the shit he said about the fact that the government's not really checking the visas or the status or the people who are coming in from Gaza.
When he was in charge.
No. Now, fucking Elbow's letting people that are coming in from like the Gaza area, they're just basically letting them in without really checking them. And ASIO has said, yeah, that's what's happening. And Peter Dutton's saying, well, no, we shouldn't be doing that. That's fucking dangerous. And all these people at the moment are like, oh, Peter Dutton's a racist. Oh, Peter Dutton, he can't be a leader. Oh, he's a dickhead. No, Peter Dutton's saying what 95% of Australians are thinking. Like, that's what he's actually doing. He's saying, you shouldn't be bringing these people in without checking them properly. We've been told they're not being checked properly. You're bringing them in. How do we know we're not bringing in terrorists when we do that?
He was in charge of it, and they were bringing in the same people from when the conflicts were happening earlier.
Yeah, well, true.
Well, was he doing the exact same thing?
True. Very
so, yeah, you can throw fucking rocks. But have you seen, totally off topic, there was
the whole fucking show so far.
Q&A. There was a Q&A about, they were talking about, what's everyone whinging about now? Interest rates and stuff like inflation.
Yep.
There was an economist that was on there, and so everyone that was on the panel was a politician or one was a traditional media bloke. I can't remember exactly. We'd have to watch it just to get your
head around it.
Understand it. And fucking so they're all blaming one another. So the government people are blaming each other. And this economist from America goes, no, it's got nothing to do with that. It's got to do with big corporations.
I saw that the other day. Yeah, I saw that the other day. Yes.
He goes, it's got all to do with big corporations, so it's got nothing to do with government spending.
Yeah.
Because if you are blaming government spending, that means you're blaming poor people for your issues of inflation, and that's not correct.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they're spending their money to go towards a loaf of bread or a carton of milk or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that. He was really good, that guy.
So that was very eye-opening.
And
where everyone's quick to jump to blame the government for everything, it's not necessarily their fault.
It's not their
big
fault.
Companies.
I think the problem we have in Australia is, so that guy was 100% right. Like what he said was like, surely people knew this, but I don't think a lot of people did. But he was very right in what he was saying. Everything was correct.
Corporate greed.
Corporate greed is what he was talking about. Yeah. The thing is, where the government's at fault is the government allows it to happen.
But they can't say anything because the media is a part of it, and they get fucking.
That's
grilled.
right. It's like you look at the media, you look at the greed thing, right? You look at that corporate greed thing. What he's talking about, you look at these international mining companies who are set up in the Cayman Islands. They have their companies, and then they're operating here in Australia, and they're taking our resources. And the government, who makes a decision about what they pay to take those resources, is taking bugger all from them. Yeah. Like we're taking nothing from them.
Could you imagine if they taxed them?
Oh my God. We wouldn't have a problem.
No.
It's been shown. That guy actually spoke about it. And
I saw someone was showing a graph as well.
Australia would be the richest country in the world. So think about that, right? We're a small country, but we would be the richest country in the world if we just added a little bit more. It's not even a lot. Like what they're saying we should be charging these people.
Yeah.
Even if we halved what we should be charging them, we would still be the richest country in the world by fucking, like, we would be out of debt. They reckon the federal government and the state governments getting support from the federal government, all of them would be out of debt in 2 years. In 2 years, our entire country, all of the dumbass governments that we've got running everything into the fucking ground at this point, they'd all be clear. There'd be no debt, including here in Victoria, who we have the highest debt out of anybody in this country, like $176 billion in debt at this point, because these fucking idiots. All right? If we just tax them a little bit more, it's a little bit more. Within 2 years, we'd be clear.
They don't want to pay it.
But they don't want to pay it because the stupid thing is they don't want to pay it because the federal government, who is responsible for these things, right? They're getting paid money from the mining corporations. They're paying them donations. And both Liberal and Labor and the Greens and the Nationals, they're all getting it. They're not just giving a bit to Liberal. Mm-hmm. They're giving it to the Liberal, to Labor, the Nationals, the Greens. They're giving it to all of them. Punters Politics. Have you seen that guy?
Yeah, that's
he's fantastic. I love that bloke. Like I love that guy. He's fantastic.
When he reacted to that.
Yeah, and it's the truth, right? Like if we just tax them a little bit more, then we don't have to go the full hog. We should, but we don't have to. If we did the full hog, they reckon we'd be out of debt within 6 to 7 months. All right, that's how significant this is. But we're not doing it, and yet all that they're getting from it is these bloody politicians are getting payments from these people, which is corruption. I don't care how anyone looks at this. This is corruption, and they should be charged for it, and they should be kicked out of politics, and that party should be shut down for it. But because the way they've set it up, they're allowed to do it, they reckon. It's bullshit. Yeah. It's fucking corruption, right? But if we just did it, our country could change overnight. Like they've just culled NDIS. Like during the week, I don't know if you saw this, but significant changes NDIS this week, which is going to harm so many people in this country, right? Because they can't afford to do it. But you could afford to pay yourselves a fucking pay rise 3 weeks ago. So you can afford to do that, but you can't afford to look after our disabled community who you said you were going to represent. Instead, no. You cut the legs from underneath them. No pun intended there for anyone who's sorry.
Legless.
Yeah, I said that and I went, oh, that seemed really bad. But that's what they fucking did, right? So it's bullshit, and it's this guy was like a Q&A. He was basically saying Australia should be the richest country in the world, and you shouldn't have any problems. You should have your homeless could all have houses, and all of your kids could afford, and you could be paying for university for your kids, which is what they should be fucking doing. But you could be paying for education, could be free in this country within 12 months, and significant education, and we could have one of the smartest, most intelligent, most opportunity-driven, debt-free, richest societies where we could really do a whole heap to help our own people and then eventually go on to help the world. But nah. Because these dumbass politicians are getting payments, and us Australians who control that process, we control these. They work for us, yeah? This is where people get this wrong. They work for us. And yet we're doing nothing about it. Because everybody votes for a siloed little issue. They go to the union said I've got to vote for Labor because Labor protects us and they're going to give me a pay rise next week. You're an idiot. You are dead set if that's why you're going to vote for Labor, or I'm in the local football club and our local Labor guy said he's going to pay to get us some new fucking light towers for the footy club, so we're going to vote for him because we're going to support him. You're a fucking idiot. Because it doesn't matter if he's in or Liberals in, you're getting the fucking light tower anyway because it's a part of a pool where they have to spend that money on the local community. So they're not doing it because they want to be your mate. They're doing it because they have to do it, but then you're stupid enough to go and vote for them. They should be doing it anyway. You shouldn't even be asking for that. You should just be, look, we've got the money. You need the light tower. It's sport. It's healthy. It's good for kids. Give them the fucking light tower. Right? But no, they use it as a bargaining chip. And we are so programmed and so stupid to stand up that we just keep letting them do it. And then we sit there and go, oh, this is bullshit. We shouldn't do that. Well, guess what? Stop voting for the idiots then. Actually stop voting for them. And then things will change. But it won't. And that guy, that guy on Q&A, if you're an Aussie, you should watch that guy from America because I don't think Americans are that smart normally. But this guy is fucking smart, and he kind of did what we normally do to people. He kind of took the piss out of us on that show. Yeah, Would you agree?
I've only seen a little clip.
I think he took the piss out of us. He was basically sitting there going, Australia, you're stupid, right? You've got the richest, you've got the most amount of resources in the world. You could be so rich for now and well into your future. You could have the smartest, best country, literally could be the best country in the world, and you could do all the things that you want to do and help all these people all over the world, yet you're not doing it. And you keep blaming your politicians, but it's really corporate that you need to blame, which is true. Mm. But at the same time, what he needs to understand is these corporate people are paying our politicians to make sure it doesn't happen. So in my eyes, they're both to blame. But he's correct in what he was saying about all that inflation, especially for here in Australia. Like his point about why inflation is so high in Australia was fucking spot on. You couldn't get any better in telling what the actual truth was behind that. But people won't listen because people don't want to watch Q&A because it's on ABC and people don't like the ABC. People want them done because...
Yeah, we know you don't like the ABC.
It's not just me, man. We know I don't. We know Ida and I aren't going to send Christmas cards to each other this year. We didn't send them last year either. Yeah. But we know that the ABC, like we pay for the ABC and they're a joke. They're a joke. And
your opinion.
Yeah, my opinion.
Because my opinion's different.
No, your opinion's different. You like the ABC, and that's okay.
No, but it's because it's balanced. I believe it is fair and balanced.
I don't think it is. I think it's full of shit. I think it's lies.
I can look at it and you can see the left of politics and the right of politics shown in one place.
Yeah,
and that's what they do.
Q&A is good for that.
Oh, and their news. They sit in the middle and they give you the facts.
A bit of both.
There. Mm. But you're only seeing what you choose to see.
Well,
and what attracts you,
it's
and what gets you revved up, and you're like, I don't agree with that, and it says fucking ABC's written it, those motherfuckers.
Nah, motherfuckers, I don't like them. But no, you are right though. There is what I do like about Q&As. You do get both sides in there. But what I don't like about the Q&A program is when they get asked questions from the audience, the way in which they treat those people in the audience, I just find very disgusting. It's like they're treating them with like contempt and like they don't really care. And you should care because that's the people who you chose to serve. So, and politicians that keep saying to me all the time, "Oh, I've got to vote the way that my constituents want me to vote." So, when was the last time you asked them? Because I heard one of our local members for Parliament around here the other day on TV saying, "Well, I've got to vote the way that my constituents want, and so that's why I went down this path." Really? Because I'm one of your constituents, and you didn't fucking ask me. Did you
write him a letter?
I fucking will be. It's a her, and I will be.
Her. Okay.
Yeah, I will be writing her a letter to tell her that she's full of shit. So, yeah, it shits me when they say that. Like, my constituents want me to vote this way. You didn't ask me. Where was my opportunity to vote? When did you send me out a text message saying I've got to make this decision? Here's the information. Please vote, yes or no, so I know how I'm supposed to vote when I go. You didn't fucking ask. You asked a select majority of your constituents who gave you the answer that you wanted to hear, not everybody else. And that's not being a politician. That's you lying again. But anyway.
All right.
I'll change politics one day.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, that's it for the staging area this week. We're totally off topic.
Episode 23 looked nothing like this on the run sheet. We were going to talk about stolen fire trucks. We were going to talk about some guy who's fucking butchered his grandmother or mother and he's going to get released from jail. Footy talk because you wanted to have a crack at me about football.
Yeah, but that was so long ago.
You wanted to rub in that North Melbourne beat Richmond Tigers.
Oh, well, I wasn't expecting that.
That's okay. That's fine. Dusty retired. Good man retired.
We talked about gambling.
We did. It was a gamble for you to think that North Melbourne would beat the Tigers. However, in this case, the gamble paid off because you did beat us and a bit upset about that.
Yeah, well, you'll get over it.
I already am.
All right, subscribe to us on YouTube and Rumble, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And, send us a thumbs up on our Facebook page.
Like us. Or love us. We prefer loving.
Yeah, loving.
Do that loving thing. Whatever.
Well, this has been the staging area for this week. I've been Had Mac. That's been Simon Roylance. Hooroo.
See you later, people. Stay safe.